Another hot and humid sunny day in South Florida. So we're gonna redo this area here. This part is the front of the house, and I'm gonna rip out all these quarter lines that are in here, and I'm gonna replace it with these copper leaves right here. These usually they stay red in the direct sunlight, and they get some pink. They get some pink variegation too. And I'm also going to add these quarter lines, which are called anti-loose. These can take more of the direct sun. These here don't really like direct sun. These are the red sister quarter lines. I'm going to rip all these out, and hopefully all this would look better with the new addition. Alright, so let's get started.
And sit down. Shut up and sit down. And sit down.
Alright, so I was able to remove all the plants that were in here. I also had a struggling hibiscus that was in here, and I also decided to remove it because it doesn't really make sense to have it in this area. It doesn't really go with it, especially in there where it's trapped under this clusia. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a soil mix that I like to do every time I plant some new plants. So in here I have some peat moss, this some cow compost, and also I'm going to add some all-purpose sand to this mix so that it's kind of a little well draining and it won't be a mushy mix when it gets all wet. So I'm gonna add the sand right now to it and mix it around.
And sit down.
how nice this is. See how easy it breaks up. Alright, so this is the idea that I had. 1/4 line right there, and then the 3 copper leaves right here in the middle, kind of like middle to this wall, and then the other 1/4 line on this side. Trying to use like the edge of this window right here to put the 1/4 line there, and then this one right here as well. It would be nice if I could reuse the holes, but they don't really line up where I want them, so maybe on this one. And this one, it's in between the 2 holes. Maybe I'll move it to here so it's a little closer to the left, or maybe not. I'm trying to give this window a little bit more privacy, so I think I'll just leave it there. And here, there's 1 hole like kind of like in the middle, but there's three plants here, so I have to kind of like dig a bigger area here to just stuff them all into that 1 hole. And let's get to it.
And sit down. Shut up and sit down. and sit down.
Alright, so I completed this little project right here. Look how it came out. I understand that this is a little lopsided on this side, but I can't really move this quarter line too much to this way to the left because it's pretty much going to be growing into this clusia bush, so kind of stopped it right there. Kept this kind of like in the middle of this wall, and then this guy here a little more favoring in front of this window just to give it some added privacy. Once this all grows in, I don't really think this uneven look with having this copper leaf right here in the middle and this one a little closer and then this one a little further away will be a big deal. This copper leaf is just going to be a big bush, and these guys here, there's 3 of them in each planting, so they're all gonna like spread out and eventually it's all gonna join together, and this I'm pretty sure will look very nice once we get to that point. Also, I do have a drip irrigation system here. Here's my little timer, and I got my drip tubings right here. They all go under each plant, and this one I got 3 of them right here. 1, 2, 3 going into the copper leaves underneath, and I also got one here for this one. So these are 1 gallon per hour. I think they're 1 gallon per hour. It could be 2 gallons, but anyways, these they just drip, and I have it pretty much to run every 2 days, but maybe for the first month I'll do every day just to make sure they get enough adequate water. And I have all of this main tube running across this way to feed also water to all the bushes here and also into the clusia. I'm gonna turn it on so you can see how it works. Alright, so see, that's how fast it drips. So it just drips right there, and then this guy's dripping. And there's 3 of them in here so that it can go to each plant. I gotta look for the spike to hold this one in place. They got dug up somewhere in here when I was moving all the rocks. And this one is dripping good. And then over here, I didn't really put any attachments. All I did was just poke holes into them, and they just missed out. They just missed out into the plants, into the bushes. So I have it like that. It just sprays in there. It's good enough. I don't really need to put drip on these. Adds like a nice little mist effect to the area. So yeah, that's how I keep my plants in the front watered. Pretty good system. What I want to do next is I want to expand that over here so that these guys, they could get some irrigation, and also these guys here. Now I gotta pick up all this junk. Man, it's so hot. So I believe I am done with this whole front yard area. Maybe in the near future I might put a palm tree somewhere here in the middle, just to, I guess, give it a nice effect. Grass looking nice too. Alright, so signing out. Thank you if you got this far into the video. And please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.